always been really fond of drawing, and I never stopped drawing. Like I actually, when I was growing up, I sort of found out that you could use drawing, and it is like it became a tool to fend off this really intrusive reality, and that's sort of that was the starting point, I think. In this exhibition, I've been working with both large-scale drawings, and I've also been drawing on the walls, and I also made 2 animations. And working with animation, it sort of unlocks this this new direction of the drawings. I work much quicker, and it has this sort of a crudeness to it that I really like, and I think that I'm not able to get there without going through the animation part. So, and that's been really interesting. So the first room is more of a, it's maybe more reminiscent of how my studio looks when I'm working. And working directly on the wall is also, I really like this risk element that you could, I'm not saying you can fail, but there's a vulnerability to working on the wall. So that's been really interesting, actually, and most of the landscapes that I draw are complete fiction, and I'm really interested in the process of losing myself in the drawings, and that's really an important aspect, and that has to do with this element of surprise, and it's also an opening, so things that you don't expect might happen. I might have an idea, but at the end, when the landscape is done, there's no trace of that idea anymore. And the actual content of the drawings mix this some kind of private mythology with more collective ideas, and sometimes I actually think that I'm not making the images at all. Sometimes I think this is I've been thinking about this. It sounds pretty weird, but sometimes I think that the images are actually the memories of the material. Like the images are already stored in the charcoal, the pencils, and I'm not doing anything. It's sort of a version of this romantic idea of being in contact with some sort of higher power working through you. But this is I think this is a more less pretentious idea, I guess, that it's the actual material itself. So it sounds like I'm a transcendental materialist, and I'm not. In general, in drawing, I'm really fascinated by the absence of color and this paradox of, the absence of color actually makes color more present. So, for example, if I was missing my nose, everyone would think about my nose all the time. So I think that's. So I think it's not true that drawing has no color. I actually think that drawings has more color. I think color is a cheap trick.